can President Trump or his administration increase U.S. production significantly? Forget about what's been happening in the last 2 days. Even when we talk about 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, even if he gets a third term, can he do that? So I'm going to answer those two questions. Let's go through the first one quickly here. Okay. Why this is important? Because the largest exporter of steel is Canada. And these are not, by the way, these are not Chinese companies going through Canada. These are truly Canadian companies. So you impose tariff on Canada's steel, 25%. You can see where the problems are. 25% of U.S. imported steel come from Canada. Look at aluminum. It's even the situation worse. Almost 2/3 of the imports come from Canada. You impose 25% tariff on that, you can see what's going to happen. But let me go to the details, because this is really the most important chart you will see today. This is the amount of steel, or this is the amount of materials, mostly steel and aluminum, goes to every 1 million ton of capacity in the new build of LNG terminals. Massive amount. And the average for the new build is 5 to 15 million ton. So you take those numbers and you multiply them by the size or the capacity of those new LNG plants. And you can see how much steel and how much aluminum we need. Of course, we need copper and other things too, but these are mostly aluminum and steel. So we look at the cost, and this is the second important chart on this. You look at the cost here, and really the most important things to watch is this. The materials, that mostly here, right, the 20%, that's steel and aluminum. And the equipment and facilities, these are mostly steel and aluminum. So you are talking about almost 50% of the new build are affected by the tariff. We did our calculations. Again, for the sake of time, I'm going to skip these things quickly. For the sake of time, I'm going to just give you the result. If these tariffs are imposed, the 25%, the cost of LNG plants in the United States will increase by 11 to 12%, enough to delay them and enough to shut down some of them, which means that the Trump administration vision cannot materialize. It will not happen. And I can tell you from experience, if you look at all the data historically, this is enough to delay those projects at least 18 months to 24 months. We are very bullish on LNG, by the way. Whether you talk about it now or you talk about it 2 years from now, we are bullish on LNG. And this is only one of the reasons. There are more reasons to be bullish about it. I can tell you one fact. Just in the last month alone, we have 3 countries that started importing LNG. They were not counted in any outlook at all. You are not going to find a single outlook that predicted that those 3 countries, or any of them, will import LNG. Ukraine, Iraq, and Syria. So this is just added to the bullishness and the reasons that we think why we are bullish on LNG. These are the projects that are either under construction or planned. And all of them need that steel and aluminum, and their cost is going to go up by 11 to 12%. Of course, if you want to expand this to the oil industry in general, for the oil industry, oil and gas, this tariff is going to increase costs by 4 to 5%, which is enough. When oil prices decline to 60 and 50, this is enough basically to make a big difference for the growth in the oil industry. I'll talk about that in a minute.